How are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. Hello, candle of the day. I do have a candle burning on my vanity. Is that advisable? I don't know, but it is a Capri Blue volcano candle in Champagne Fizz. I got this as a Christmas gift. I'm obsessed with it. Number one, it's beautiful. Number two, it smells phenomenal. I realized that anything with champagne in it with like the scents, I just love. I think it's so good. Anyway, hi. So today's video, we are going to be doing not only a get ready with me, but also we're doing the annual things I don't have time for video. I did this last year and the year before last year, and it's just a really good way to cleanse the soul going into the new year. Like, forget New Year's resolutions, forget New Year, new me. I don't have time. I don't have time anymore. I don't have time for anything on this list. I wrote all of it down, and we are just gonna be going through my list while I get ready and just ranting and venting about shit that I no longer have time for going into 2022. So if you're down for that, let's do it. Okay, so I already did primer, and I also did the little glow. Actually, I can just show you. I did the Charlotte Tilbury dewdrops on my face just to give myself a little glow before getting on camera, because I was looking a little rough. After 31 days of Glowmas, it's getting a little rough over here with my face. But right now, ooh, what foundation to use? Picking my foundation is like one of my favorite parts. You know what? We're gonna be bougie today. Why don't we use all the bougie products? I bought a bunch of bougie products a while ago to do a video with, so might as well just combine them and use my bougie makeup. This is the La Mer powder, the soft fluid powder, the Longwear soft fluid foundation. This is actually a really nice foundation, but it's way too fucking expensive and I would never buy it again. I'll enjoy it while I have it, but geez, do I not need this bad enough to keep rebuying it like $100 a bottle? Let's get into things I don't have time for. The very first thing I do not have time for: COVID deniers. I just want to lose all of the people who disagree with that right in the front of the video. Like, if you disagree with that statement, I would just click off now. It's only going to get worse. I don't have time for COVID deniers anymore. I've actually decided I never had time, but now I really don't have time. I live with someone who is immunocompromised and has been deeply affected by this pandemic, constantly afraid to go outside. He hasn't seen any of his friends basically in the past 2 years. I think he's seen his friends one time in the past 2 years. And anytime I have to go do something, like I had to go to weddings this past year, I was in one of my best friend's weddings. I do quarantine for 2 weeks away from him because people won't just get vaccinated and wear masks and social distance. So I'm done. If you don't believe COVID's real, and you don't want to take an active part in stopping the pandemic, I don't have time for you. This is in my own life. This is in the internet. This is in everything. Like, I'm no longer going to pander and be like, oh, please consider that it's real. 320,000 Americans got COVID yesterday. Those were 320,000 new cases in America yesterday. Do we not understand how fucking insane that is in a 24-hour period? I'm over it. I'm done. I'm done pandering to people. Get your fucking vaccines. Get fucking boosted. And let's try our best to just like quell this shit, for the love of God. I know that it's hard. And I get it. Like, believe me, I get it. I just had to have another Zoom Christmas after I really thought I was done with it for the rest of my life. Like, I get the struggle. I understand. I've already canceled all my 2022 plans, basically, all my trips and all the shit I was gonna do. I get that it's shitty and I get that it sucks, but if we just keep doing the right thing in the short term, so many less people are going to die in the long term, and we'll get to a solution significantly faster and with significantly less. If you are anti-vax or anti-mask or anti-COVID's not a real thing, I don't have time. I don't have time to convince you otherwise. I watched the movie Don't Look Up on Netflix. It was actually very good. I don't know why the reviews were so bad. It was really, really good. It was sad. It was like super, super sad. Way sadder than I was anticipating, but it was really good. And in that movie, basically, I'm not gonna spoil it. I haven't seen it yet, but you should watch it. It's very good. But in that movie, an asteroid is hurtling towards Earth. And basically, these scientists are just trying to prove to everybody and tell everybody that this asteroid is coming, and like it's all very politicized. Like, the idea of the asteroid hitting Earth becomes this very politicized thing, and basically, like, if people believe in it or if people don't, there basically becomes this just look up movement where everybody's like, oh my god, there's an asteroid coming to Earth, like just look in the sky and you'll see it. And then the counter to that becomes the don't look up movement, which are the people being like, if you just don't look up, it's not a problem. And god, if that is not a scarily accurate summary of our political climate, I don't know what is. But anyway, basically, how I feel about COVID is how those people looked in that movie when they were like, oh, just don't look up. Like, people who don't believe in COVID at this point are like, oh, just don't look at science. Just ignore the numbers. Just ignore all of the facts we're being presented and just ignore it. And then the problem will go away. That's not how problems work. That's not how global pandemics work. I'm sick of it. I'm over it. I don't have time for it anymore. Okay, on a lighter note, the next thing I don't have time for, messiness. I recently moved. I moved into a new home and it's been a very exciting process. It's been a super exciting journey. I've really loved moving in and like doing the whole thing. The only thing that sucked was that it was happening during Glomus, so that was obviously a little stressful trying to move during Glomus. However, upon moving in here, I realized how much shit I have, and I didn't like it. I've always known that I am like an over consumer in the sense that I definitely have a lot of things. I've always been like that. I'm by no means a minimalist. I've never been a minimalist. I don't even really want to be a minimalist. What I would like to be is a person who has stuff that they genuinely love. So even if that's more stuff than what some people might consider like necessary, I just want everything that I own and everything that I have to be things that I love. And on top of that, I really just want to get more organized. I want everything in this house to have a place. I want everything to be labeled. If you ever want to get organized, buy a label maker. I swear to God, it's so motivational. I want everything to be labeled. I want everything to have a place. I want everything to know where it's going. And I also just want to be only surrounded by things that genuinely and truly bring me joy. Like, I've been decluttering and getting rid of so many parts of my life. Like, I got rid of so many clothes. I got rid of so much makeup. I got rid of so many bags. I still have to do the shoes. The shoes are giving me a little bit of anxiety. I'm a big sneakerhead and I need to like chill the fuck out. But I need to go through my shoes. In the year of 2022, I just no longer have room in my life for unnecessary clutter and unnecessary mess. I've always been a very unorganized person. I've always been very messy. I've just always been like that. And in the new year, I just no longer have time for it. I'm so sick of always being stressed out because I like don't know where the left shoe is, or stressed out because I can't find a memory card for my camera, or I don't know where the charger is, or I don't know where I left my microphone. Like, I'm just so sick of having to deal with that stress of not being organized. So in the new year, I just want to get myself organized, get myself in a good place, feel like everything I have is necessary, feel like everything has a place. I want my new home to be clean so I can be like proud of the home that I live in and not be afraid to have people over because the house is a mess. Like, I think that's the closest thing on this list to like a resolution, because it's something within myself that I just don't have time for anymore. Like, I don't have time anymore to be messy. I just need to like get it together and just start being a cleaner, more, not like physically clean, hygienically clean. I'm hygienically very clean. I more mean home-wise. I just want my home to feel clean and organized and not so cluttered and messy. The next thing I don't have time for, this might be controversial, but I stand by it. I don't have time for the sympathizers of horrible people anymore. And let me explain. James Charles, Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, all very problematic. David Dobrik, really problematic. I'm not saying I don't have time for them anymore. I'll always have time to drag them when they do awful shit like they continually do over and over again. I'll make the time for that, because I am a firm believer that if you don't call out shitty behaviors, they just continue to prosper. I'm not saying I'm done with them in the sense that I'm done calling out their shitty behaviors. I'm done arguing with people that they aren't bad people. Because at this point, all of the information is out there for the most part. Like, and if you don't know the information, there's very easy ways to find the information. There's hundreds and hundreds, even thousands of videos covering Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, David Dobrik, James Charles. Like, there's so many YouTubers who have covered these topics at nauseum that it's like, if you don't know, you have a way to know. And I will no longer argue with people or like get put down by people who are just like blind stans of those people. Like, I'm just not going to do it anymore. You're going to get blocked. Like, the amount of hate comments I get for talking about James Charles is unreal, like from his stans. I'm just not doing it anymore. I don't have time anymore. I don't have time to try to sit down and explain to you why the person you're standing is incredibly problematic. Standing them is enabling horrific behavior. I don't have the time. I'm sorry. I don't have the time anymore to do it. It's either, I feel like we all just got to make our own decisions. We all just got to make up our own minds. If you disagree with me, that's fine. But if you try to argue with me that you're the one in the right when I don't think you are, I'm not going to argue with you anymore. I'm just going to block you. I'm exhausted. I think really the reason I really got exhausted this year was because it was so much criminal activity and like actual trauma that we were talking about. Literally was just like so traumatizing, especially the David Dobrik stuff. That one really got me. I think it's because it was so traumatizing, the story of what happened and then his role that he played in it. And for me personally, it was very triggering and re-traumatizing that I think having to argue with people about SA or, you know, victims of SA in any capacity, I am just not going to have time for that anymore. For number one, my own mental well-being, and number two, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to like keep explaining to people one-on-one why I think what David Dobrik did was fucking disgusting. Like, I don't have time to do that anymore. I don't have the mental capacity to do it anymore. And frankly, I don't have the emotional capacity to do it anymore. I think honestly, this year was the first year I've ever done YouTube where I've really genuinely struggled with the content matter more so than anything else. Like in years past, it's been like, well, things are kind of crazy right now, or there's so much going on, or, you know, I'm stressed because I'm trying to get on top of the next Dramageddon or whatever. But this year, it was more so just getting constantly triggered and then re-triggered and then re-triggered about assault, and I'm just like not gonna do that anymore. I'm not gonna argue with people. If you don't think it's wrong, that's your prerogative, but it's also my prerogative to not listen to anything you have to say and to block you. So I guess we don't have time for not preserving our mental health on the internet in the year of 2022. How about that? I feel like that's a better way to put it than just like, I don't have time for your stupidness. I don't have time for anything other than blocking you. Next one. This one's a little bit more chill too, but this is a personal one for me. I don't have time anymore for home decor shamers. And here's what I mean by that. I obviously, as I said, got a house and have been decorating my house. And I don't even mean this in an internet way. I will not allow anyone in my life, personal life or internet life, to shame me or try to make me feel bad about the way that I am decorating / like painting / redoing my home. I'm just not gonna let anyone make me feel bad about it. Here's what I've learned, especially recently with homes. It is so deeply, deeply personal how you design your home. Like it is. It's so deeply personal how you design your own home. How you want to decorate and how you want to make your space feel like your space is literally completely your own prerogative. Like it is no one else's business how you decide to decorate your home or what colors you decide to paint the walls. And I noticed especially when Charles and I decided to do a lot of darker colors, because we painted our bedroom like almost black. We didn't really get a ton of negative comments on the internet, but we got a lot of negative comments from like people in our lives who were like, oh, it's too dark, it's too this, it's too that. I don't have time for that anymore. I want my bedroom to be a cave. It makes me happy. It makes me sleep better. It makes me feel more comfortable, more calm. I like the fact that it's pitch black in there at 2 p.m. I like that. It works for my life. It makes me happy. It makes me love the room. That's all that matters. We had people saying that we shouldn't paint our living room green and that we should go with a neutral color. I like the color green in my living room. It makes me happy. At the end of the day, your home should just exist to make you happy. Nobody else has to live there, so why do they have an opinion? I'm not even gonna lie. I used to be kind of judgmental about people's houses. Like sometimes I'd watch like HGTV shows and I'd be like, oh my God, that's a horrible decision, or like that looks terrible. And I low-key feel bad for ever thinking that now. Granted, I didn't verbalize it to those people, which I feel like is worse, but I feel bad for even thinking it because it's their home. They have to live there. Nobody else has to live in your home but you, or your room but you. So you should decorate it and design it exactly what's gonna make you the happiest and what you are going to like the most. Because at the end of the day, the people criticizing it don't have to live here. So if you want to paint your bedroom black, or if you want to paint it sunshine yellow, pop off, go for it. Do what's going to make you happy in the next year. Lord knows we're going to be spending a lot of fucking time at home in the next year, so you might as well make it a place you want to be in. Okay, next thing I don't have time for. I simply, and this is going off of home decor shaming, I do not have time. I said this in last year's and I'm gonna say it again. I don't have time for wedding shamers. I don't have time for wedding shamers. I don't have time for people who are going to shame weddings. I think similarly to homes, shaming weddings is like the stupidest shit that you can do. It's not your wedding. It doesn't impact you in any fucking way. And I don't understand why, especially publicly on the internet where people can see it, you're going to shit on someone's wedding. Like, I don't get it. There are so many Reddits that are dedicated just to shitting on people's weddings. And I know that I'm getting married this year, COVID permitting, obviously. We're getting married in the summer, and I know we're gonna like post content about it because we want to share it with you guys. We want to share the day. It's a day that we're really excited for and like we're hype about it. But I know that there's going to be some negative Nancy's. And last year I was saying how that like made me sad and made me anxious about sharing my wedding. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not anxious anymore. I'm just going to share whatever I want. It's not your wedding. You don't even have to go. Lucky for you. You weren't invited. So why are you so concerned about my fucking wedding or about anyone's wedding? I'm just not putting up with it this year. I give no fucks anymore if you like my wedding dress or you think my wedding flowers are flowers that I'm gonna regret. That was the worst one. I remember, you guys probably know Shay, that girl Shay XO on YouTube. She's a great YouTube channel. I love her. You should absolutely go check her out. She did Seamus this year, so she was doing uploads every day as well. And she got married and she looked stunning. Her dress, gorgeous. Her like at her venue was like literally featured in a magazine. Like her whole day was so stunning and beautiful and perfection. And her wedding picture got posted to Reddit and people literally were shitting on the flowers that she chose for her wedding. And then she saw that post. Because what people on Reddit don't realize is if you're talking shit about a YouTuber, like it's your space. I would so much rather people talk shit about me on Reddit than they do in my comments. I get that it exists for a reason, but what I think a lot of Reddit posters don't understand is that people send us those posts. Like we get sent them in our DMs. It's one of the main reasons I don't check my DMs anymore because I don't want to see it, because every single time I get posted to Reddit and somebody says something mean about me, people screenshot it and send it to me. So even though YouTubers aren't even actively seeking out that information, we still stumble upon it and we see the mean shit you say about, say, Shay's fucking flowers, which by the way, Shay, if you're watching, they were stunning and beautiful and you looked beautiful, number one. Number two, people were being so mean about her flowers that she saw it and like tweeted about it and was like, well, this sucks. This is why I didn't even want to share anything in the first place, because I didn't want people to be dicks about my wedding. So for 2022, I am paying no mind nor mention to wedding shamers. People can shame me all they want. I don't care. I'm very confident in my wedding. I think it's gorgeous. It's perfect for me. And that's all that matters, is that it's perfect for me. Doesn't matter if it's perfect for literally anyone else. Okay, the next thing that I am absolutely done with in 2022 is I have decided, this is a little bit more like serious, I guess. Not serious, but you know what I mean. I've decided I'm kind of done with putting limits on myself when it comes to YouTube content. I feel like for so long, I was really afraid to branch away from traditional drama videos that I did like a couple of years ago. And then slowly I drifted away from that and got a lot more into the more sort of like long form commentary stuff that I do now. But even after I started doing that, I still sometimes get nervous about topics because I worry that even if there's a topic that I'm super interested in, if it doesn't really fit in with like the niche that I do, or it doesn't really fit in with what I'm known for talking about, which is a lot of like YouTuber drama, beauty guru drama, stuff like that. I worry that people won't necessarily care or won't necessarily like want to see that type of content. So it freaks me out to post it because I'm like nervous. Not even about the views of it all. I just get nervous about, more for me what it is I get nervous that I'm gonna put a lot of effort into something and then people are gonna be like, this fucking sucked. And it just like scares me. Like the idea of putting so much work into something and then people being like, hey, that sucked, scares me. It's not even about like views, it's more about comments. Like I just don't wanna, it's like comments that are being overly critical of something that freak me out. But during Glomus, I branched out a little bit. I did videos and content that was different and had different topics than my normal videos. Like I did one on Rachel Hollis, I did one on Elle Mills. I have a video planned for January about Erica Jane, who if you don't know who she is, buckle up because that one is nuts. I really tried to branch out this year in terms of content and who I'm talking about and just like not so much only do things that I think people will like, but also do things that I'm actually interested in as well and topics I'm interested in too. And so far, if Glomus is an indication, it went really well. Like those videos did really well. They did better than I thought they were gonna do. Because whenever I try something new on YouTube, I have like the lowest of low expectations for it to go well, because usually it doesn't the first time around or second time around, but those videos both did super well. I think I just need to realize and sort of own, honestly, that I got to where I am on the internet for a reason. Like I got here for a reason. I got here because of all of the choices I made previously that like got me to this point, the content that I made previously that got me to this point. And I think I just need to stop second guessing the content so much and stop second guessing myself so much and just start doing it. And like, if I find something interesting, maybe other people will too. Like if I really think about it, that's kind of how I started my YouTube channel in the first place. I made beauty content and that was all I was making. And then one day I was like, hey, I have these thoughts about this person and I want to share them and maybe a couple other people will be interested. And then that's what started all of this and led me to where I am now. So what always has worked for me is just like following what I think and what I would like to do. And I want to continue to do that going into next year. Like I want to continue to do things that actually inspire me and make me excited. And sometimes you guys might be into it and sometimes you won't. But either way, I'll be doing things that actually inspire me and not putting myself in so many boxes of like, well, I can't talk about this person because that's not the realm I cover. Like I gotta stop doing that. I think I just gotta go wherever I want and kind of break out of the box that I put myself in, frankly. Nobody else put me in this box. I put myself in this box. It's nobody else but myself. So basically, I don't have time for getting in my own way in 2022. And yeah. That's everything. I hope you guys like this video. Hope you like this little rant. I love you guys so much. I can't believe Glomus is almost over. I think we have 2 more videos after this one and then it's done. So we'll see how that goes. But I love you guys so much. If you like this video, please like and subscribe or just subscribe or do neither. Honestly, I'm just so happy you're watching me. Thank you so much for being here. My merch, including my limited edition Glomus merch that is going away soon, my social medias and my vlog and podcast channel where I'm uploading regularly will be linked down below, along with my social justice spotlight that has places to give back this holiday season. I love you guys so much and I will see you in the next one. Bye!